Hi, in this lesson, we're going to take a look at adding document properties. Document properties are important. It's information about the document, the author, how many pages, how many words, the name of the company. You can add keywords, you can add comments, the status, who modified it last and when. When was the document created? Lots of information that you can use if you're creating things like headers and footers, if you want to share the document, if you're searching for it. Document properties are really important. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go to our file to get to the Backstage menu and click on Info. Over here on the right, you see a list of properties. We see size, the amount of pages, words, total editing time, title, there's nothing there. Tags, there's nothing there. Comments, there's nothing there. Last modified, when it was created. Last printed, nothing. Author, nothing. Last modified by, we have. It's not much information about this document. And if we come down here to show all properties, we see even more property fields that are empty. We can go ahead and add this information in. How do we do that? Well, we see title here, and it says add a title. I click there, and there's a field that I can go ahead and add information to, add that property. Now, document title is different than the file name. The file name is document properties, which we see up here in the upper left. Title is different. Word treats title differently than the file name. And quite honestly, in a lot of ways, the title is more important than the file name. So I'm going to give this a title. It is our stockholder report. So that's the title I'm going to give it. Now, we also see things like categories. Let's call this marketing. We'll give it that category. We see tags. We can add things like keywords, financial, diversity, expansion, and we can keep filling these out this way. We can also go, you notice that the properties tag here is a button, and if I click, I get a button for advanced properties. Let's click there and we'll see a lot more stuff. We'll start with general information about the document. We can't add anything here. Summary. This is where we see information, and this is another place we can add more properties. We can click here, company, and add Elevare skills. Subject, annual report. I'm not going to do the author yet or the manager. We'll hold off on that. Statistics, there's nothing in here that we can change. It is what it is. Content, we don't see the title because we haven't saved it yet. We need to save our changes. Custom, I can add custom fields. Like, let's go ahead and let's add something like owner. So down here we see value. We give the value, we're going to say the owner is Alonzo Aguila, who is our chairman. We're going to click add, and there we see that property. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's take a look down here at author. You see add an author, and there's this little button here, verify the contact names you have entered. We also have this, select the address book for contents, and when we click there, it opens up my global address list for our company, and I can search for the particular person I want. I'm going to add Pierce, click OK, and now it added Pierce there. You could also add another author if there were more. Maybe he's working on this with, let's say, Gary. Double click there, click OK. So now we have Pearson Gary. Let's go ahead and we'll select the manager. And again, the same way, let's choose Heather. There she is. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and let's save our document. Come back, go to Info, and if we go to Properties, now if we go there to Contents, we see Stockholder Report. We see all of our other information that we added. We're not seeing everything because it hid our properties again. But now you know a little bit more about how to add document properties to your document. That's it for this lesson. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.